The first impression you get is walking out of the doors of the airport, and then the kind of heat and the noise and everything. But getting off the flight, we were all just absolutely knackered. It had been a night flight and none of us had slept. I snagged the front seat in the car on the way to the hotel, which I thought would be fun. And it was fun, but it was also slightly terrifying. The driving and the dodging in and out of the cars and the noise.
That's the nature of the experience, really. You get thrown right into it and you have to learn from that, I suppose, and just think on your feet, and I guess that's the most important quality you've got to have, being able to adapt as quickly as you can and just make the most of whatever situation you're put in.
Well, initially we got there and for them it was just kind of pure excitement. The children, I mean, you know, they love that you're there, they think it's amazing that you're there, and they literally just want to touch you. And there was a lot of kind of hair stroking and hand stroking.
So on the first day we visited all the schools, and one of the teachers came up to us like, well, okay, teach, it's time to start teaching. And again, like, no matter how much preparation you're given to go in there and go to a class up to 50 kids who can't really speak any English, and again, you just got to learn to adapt. But the kids are fantastic, and the teachers especially, and that's what I want to emphasise about this experience. It's a lot more about the relationships you build with the teachers and developing them.
This is the first, apart from 10 days kind of classroom observation, I'd never stood in front of 40 kids before and said, this is what you're going to learn today, and you are going to learn it, and actually did it. That was the first time for me.
Really, really great kids. Like, you get a real variety, going from the Muslim school and the Hindu school, and you can see the different cultures and how they change, and the behaviours are differently. And again, that's just part of having to adapt. So again, you have to just learn, put on your Hindu hat for today and work in the schools on that day.
Just the most amazing bunch of young people that you could wish to meet. They were so incredibly inspiring. You know, I think in this country we take a lot for granted. You know, we have a lot of things that we, you know, a flushing toilet, a mattress, that you just, you know, everyone has them, you don't think about it, it's not, you know, it's not something that crosses your mind, and then you get somewhere like that and you realise that these people don't have a toilet, they sleep on grass or mats or straw or whatever, you know, they don't have a bed, you know, they get up at 5 every morning to go and milk the cows, and then they go to school, and then they go home and they look after their brothers and sisters and their parents and their elderly relatives.
I think there's a lot of skills you can take from the programme which aren't necessarily related to teaching. It's a lot more, I think, about leadership building, about having that team and working towards that as mentors, and just developing people and put in that position where you're sort of managing other people was just something that I really didn't expect, but I thought was really, really valuable.
Teach from 8:30 till 11. And that's when you're teaching the teachers themselves. So there were about 15 to 20, and there was 6 of them when we arrived, although maybe possibly more next year. So you taught them for 2.5 hours, back to the farm, lunch at 12. And then normally what we did, although it's completely up to you what you do, but we had a nap, because that's the hottest part of the day, and you are going in the middle of summer. So you have to be very careful with the heat, because it is extremely hot and humid. Preparation for the afternoon classes, which started at 4 and finished at 6:30. Those are the children that you're teaching who come to the classes for extra tuition outside of the government schools. Back at 6:30, and dinner was usually 7:30, and then after dinner we do our preparation for the next morning session with the teachers again, and then we'd usually be asleep by 10, half 10.
Even when we were there, just during that summer, more and more schools were being opened in the village. I think that was just the one before we really got there, and the second was May, and the third started by the time we get there. I think they've got 4 or 5 now. So there's so much more built, so it's ever changing really, and I guess that's part of the exciting part of it really. So you start seeing this being made, this new community, and this part of the foundation that's really being built around it. This community is being built, and you are part of that, and you helped plant the seeds to something that's really going to be greater, I think, maybe in 5 years' time.
But no day is the same. That was the most amazing thing, is every day there was something new, something different. Like, you know, we'd be going for tea with one of the teachers' family, or we'd be going to celebrate Eid, or, you know, doing something incredible. So
it gave me an opportunity that I probably wouldn't have necessarily been able to do if I had to pay for it all by myself. So that's that's the fantastic thing about the project, and that's really what Warwick are giving you, just the opportunity to have that experience, and so the logistics are taken care of.
Apart from getting yourself to the airport and getting back from the airport, it was all very straightforward, very straightforward.
I think it's definitely not for everyone. You have to be willing to just go with it, because again, I was reminded of lots on the preparation that just India just works like on the fly, basically. It just has happened. That's what India's like, you know. That's just works differently, and you have to just be willing just to accept any sort of change or difficulty or adversity that will come to you. You are making a big difference, and just a small time you are there, and the kids won't forget you, and the more you know that enough structure is now being built that long-term progress is being made.
The rewards of the trip so far outweigh the kind of negatives that I didn't even consider that as a reason not to go. You just get to spend a month with people that you would never get to meet otherwise, and you realise how incredible they are straight away and how much they put up with and deal with day to day in their lives, and you just want to help them out for a little bit, do what you can. How often does that kind of opportunity happen? It's just something that I think, if you think it's for you, jump at the chance. I would say don't hesitate.